Okay. Council President Pellegrini, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for August 21st to order at 7 o'clock p.m. On roll call, we have Council Members Fasolo,
Here.
Golubek,
Here.
Sampson,
Present.
Sheridan,
Here.
Choisy,
Here.
Council President Pellegrini,
Here.
Mayor Coletti absent. We have a quorum.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'd just like to say that Mayor Coletti couldn't be here tonight, so I'm filling in for him. So I'd ask you at this time to please stand for our prayer and flag salute. Oh God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting, which we entrust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and implant therein a keen sense of justice and a greater love for you and our neighbor. Guide us in your deliberations so that our decisions will always please you and bring you peace and happiness to our community. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey requires at the commencement of every meeting a statement of compliance be read by the presiding officer. Now therefore be advised that the meeting requirements for this meeting have been met by publishing a special meeting notice in the Record and Herald News and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk as well as a public place within the municipal building and notifying interested citizen. Said notice was posted and transmitted on January 3rd, 2025 and published on January 8th, 2025. Shanae?
Yes. Next on the agenda, we have approval of minutes. We have the June 5th, 2025 work session, June 5th, 2025 executive session, June 12th, 2025 regular meeting, June 12th, 2025 executive session, June 26th, 2025 special meeting, June 26th, 2025 executive meeting.
May I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
So move.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Councilman Fasolo, second by Councilwoman Sheridan. On roll call, we have Council Members Fasolo,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Choisy,
Yes.
Council President Pellegrini.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have ordinances on second reading. Resolution R-260-25, introduced ordinance 25-19 on second reading. Whereas a public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending section 27-3.1B, refuse containers and collections related to garbage receptacle volume and weight, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, July 17, 2025, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending section 27-3.1B, refuse containers and collection related to garbage receptacle and volume and weight, pass on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved. Second.
Would anyone from the public at this time like to come up and speak on this ordinance only? No one wishes to speak. I will close the public hearing. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved.
Call the roll, please.
First by Councilman Fasolo, second by Councilman Golubek. On roll call, we have Council Members Fasolo,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Choisy,
Yes.
Council President Pellegrini.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have Resolution R-261-25, introduced ordinance number 25-20 on second reading. Whereas a public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting Borough Code Chapter 35, portable toilets to address portable toilet issues, portable toilet use, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, July 17th, 2025, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same, now therefore it be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting Borough Code Chapter 35, portable toilets to address portable toilet use, pass on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So move.
Would anyone from the public like to speak on this ordinance only? Okay, I will close the public hearing. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
First by Councilman Sampson, second by Councilman Fasolo. On roll call, we have Councilmembers Fasolo,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Sheridan. Troisi. Council President Pellegrin.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have Resolution R-262-25, introduced ordinance number 25-21 on second reading. Whereas a public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, New Jersey, amending the Borough Code and all general ordinances of the borough, more specifically Chapter 4, Licensing and Business Regulations, Section 4.7, clarifying application fees and license fees, clarifying types and numbers of licenses that may be issued, and Chapter 8, Cannabis Facilities and Establishments, Section 8.2, clarifying cannabis delivery service from local cannabis retailers, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, July 17, 2025, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. Whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, New Jersey, amending the Borough Code and all general ordinances of the borough, more specifically Chapter 4, Licensing and Business Regulations, Section 4.7, clarifying application fees and license fees, clarifying types and numbers of licenses that may be issued, and Chapter 8, Cannabis Facilities and Establishments, Section 8.2, clarifying cannabis delivery services from local cannabis retailers," pass on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So move.
Second. Would anyone from the public like to come up and speak on this ordinance only? Okay. I will close the public hearing. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
Before we do vote, I just want to say to the public that I will be voting no on this ordinance at a time where we are facing 2 years of double-digit tax increases and the ability for the borough to raise funds and to raise some revenue. I believe that cutting licenses down the board, no matter what type of cannabis business it is the wrong move. So for that, I'll be voting no.
Council President, may I?
Yes, you may.
I want to echo the councilman's sentiments. The marijuana subject has been beat to death over the last few years, and anyone here who is a resident knows what their tax situation looks like. So I'm simply against any effort to limit revenue coming into the borough coffers. It's just not the right time to limit ourselves with bringing money in, considering the situations we've been facing. Thank you, Council President.
Council President,
Yes.
I'd like to say that, as we all know in this room, we have marijuana here, distributors here in the borough. We have probably a concentration of many or several of them. And just another one, I believe, will just cause that business to cannibalize off each other, and it's going to impact the success of the ones that we currently have. It's here now, and by reducing it by one license, I don't see a significant difference to our borough. Thank you.
Just to respond to that, it would be one thing if we were just talking about retail licensing, but we're talking about all types of cannabis licensing that are being cut. So you have wholesale, you have cultivation, you have all these different types of businesses, licenses that are being cut at a time when the borough really needs the revenue.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Mayor? Yes. How many of those other businesses that we have licenses for are here in Elmwood Park?
Can you repeat, what's the question? How many are existing?
No. Yes. How many of like the other licenses that we're cutting aside from retail? So like distribution, warehousing. Do we have? I know we have Bush's Lane, right? And that would be the one. And does that take the two licenses, both manufacturing and distribution?
No, it would take, I believe that's a cultivation. I believe it's cultivation, that
Okay.
one. if I'm not
So there are
mistaken.
still available licenses within the borough for additional cannabis businesses, correct?
Correct, but
Okay.
you're cutting the amount of licenses that are possible in the borough. That's the purpose of that.
And that leads to the over-competition, what I consider is over-competition.
Well, when you have retailer, that's, okay, you have a point for retail establishments where you have competition. But when you're talking about cultivation and you're talking about um, manufacturing, the competition is everywhere. The competition is out of town, the competition is out of state, so you're limiting that type of revenue from the town, where that one, aside from retail, that's a huge gain to the borough, to get 2%, 3% on each transaction that wholesaler or that manufacturer or that cultivator has.
Obviously, there's some differences of opinion, but we're going to go to roll call now, please.
So moved.
I need a second.
Second?
First by Councilman Sampson, second by Councilwoman Troisi. On roll call, we have Council Members Fasolo,
No.
Golubek,
No.
Sampson,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Troisi,
Yes.
Council President Pellegrini.
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to our consent agenda, we have the following resolutions. Resolution R-263-25, approval of payroll. R-264-25, approval of bills list. R-265-25, authorized vacation buyback. R-266-25, resolution to refund 205 Phillip Avenue. R-267-25, resolution to refund PSE&G. R-268-25, resolution for contract with AARP of Elmwood Park, Chapter 3864. Resolution R-269-25, authorized purchase of equipment. R-270-25, approve Elmwood Park Fire Department stipend program, second quarter compensation. R-271-25, authorized clerk office refund. R-272-25, authorized release of road opening performance bond. R-273-25, authorizing appointment of municipal representative to the Bergen County Community Development Regional Committee. R-274-25, a resolution of the Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park designating property known as Block 902, Lots 3 and 4 on the tax map of the borough as a non-condemnation redevelopment area pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law. R-275-25, appointment of special officers. R-276-25, renew liquor licenses for the 2025-2026 license term. R-277-25, approve block party requests. R-278-25, appointment of Board of Adjustment, alternate number 1. R-279-25, leave of absence of firefighter. R-280-25, appointment of firefighters. R-281-25, resignation of firefighters. R-282-25, resolution for renewal of membership in the South Bergen Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. R-283-25, resolution to approve the consent agenda.
May I have a motion on the consent agenda?
So move.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Councilman Fasolo, second by Councilwoman Sheridan. On roll call, we have Council Members Fasolo,
I need to recuse on 269, 270, 279, 280, and 281 as I have a family member in the fire department. Yes to the rest.
okay, Golubek,
Yes.
Sampson,
I need to recuse on R-273-25 as I'm named in that. Otherwise, yes.
okay, Sheridan,
Yes.
Troisi,
I need to recuse from R-269-25, R-270-25, R-279-25, R-280-25, and R-281-25. Yes to the rest.
Council President Pellegrini.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, we have departmental reports. We have the zoning board meeting minutes from May 28th, 2025, and the library board meeting minutes from May 19th, 2025.
May I have a motion to accept the departmental reports, please?
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Okay. Council President Pellegrini, this concludes my portion of the meeting. I will turn it over to you for council reports.
Okay, let's start with Councilwoman Troisi, please.
First, I'd like to offer my condolences to the family of the wrecked bus driver, Richie Tagliabue. So if everybody could just keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. And summer camp ended on the 15th. Registration for school year programs will close tomorrow on the 22nd. Gilbert is at capacity for both morning care and after-school care. 16th Ave is at capacity for aftercare. The indoor court at the rec center has been closed this week for maintenance. EP United is looking for girls aged 7 through 12 to join their soccer league. If interested, contact Coach Jose at 201-277-0223. The softball hut has been opened on Tuesday nights for the concerts, and the Bombers hut is opening on Thursday nights from 6 to 8:30. The next rec board meeting will be September 15th at 7:30 in the game room. Board of Ed update, there's a uniform swap day on Tuesday, August 26th, from 10 to 1, and then again from 4 to 6:30 in the high school cafeteria side of the parking lot of the high school. The donation drop-off day is August 22nd from 10 to 1, and again from 4 to 6:30. The next Board of Ed meeting is August 26th at 6:30 in the media room of the high school. The Elks will be returning to Family Fun Night for special needs children in grades K through 12 on Wednesday nights. So the first one back is September 10th, and it's from 7 to 9 p.m. at 192 Market Street. There's a summer reading finale at the library on Saturday on 8/23 from 12 to 2 p.m. There will be a story time from 12 to 12:30, ice cream from 12:30 to 1:30. Summer reading winners will be announced between 1:30 and 2. And then we have a bunch of backpack giveaways in the town. Our Way of Hope did one today over at the rec center. It might still be going. And Strangers Helping Strangers is doing one over at Fire Company 2 at 70 Parkview Ave. There's, I believe it's 1 to 3. And then I'll let Council President report on the last one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Sheridan?
Thank you, Council President. I really don't have a lot to say, but what I do want to say is my deepest sympathies go out to the bus driver, Richie. I didn't know him personally, but for working 40 years with our town is a big accomplishment. And I just want to send to his family my deepest condolences. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Sampson?
So there's been no planning board activity for the summer. The Finance Committee met today, reviewed and approved vouchers, as we typically do every month. Excuse me. As far as outside activities, the AARP meeting went off well last week. It's the second Thursday of the month over at the VFW. We have about 65 people that come, and it's always a very fulfilling meeting. We had the pharmacist from Market Street here, Elmer Park Pharmacy. She made an appearance and gave a lot of education to the seniors. It was a very good afternoon. Tomorrow, I see Linda Colombini out there. Linda Colombini's running her trip to the Wind Creek Casino in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I'll be participating in that, as I typically do. And other than that, it's been, in the summertime, has not been a lot of activity. Aside from our spectacular concert series. I was there on Tuesday. It was the band there was 60s, 70s, and 80s Rewind, I believe, something to that effect. And they were very good. They did some Steely Dan, they did some very good other groups, and it was very entertaining. It's a very good feature here in our borough that we do that every year. Council President, that's it. Progress.
Okay. Councilman Fasolo?
Thank you. I also want to extend my condolences to Richie's family and friends and all who knew him. He's been here for 40 years working in the borough. I also want to thank the chief for responding to, I had a few residents who reached out and wanted to give him a certificate, former employees of the rec. I'm glad that we got to do that for him, and they delivered flowers and before his passing and showed their recognition of his years in the borough. So I just want to send my condolences again to his family and friends. I want to thank everybody who was involved in National Night Out and also for the concert series. Those are going great. National Night Out was a great success the other week. Other than that, progress.
Thank you. Councilman Golubach?
Thank you, Council President. Just two items. First, just driving around town, it's encouraging to see a couple new businesses coming into town, eateries specifically. A coffee place on Broadway. There's a gyro place right down the street here on Market Street. I think a hot dog and burger place right next to it. And I think there's a Peruvian place also opening up further down. So it's good. It's refreshing. When stores turn over, there's somebody willing to come into Elmwood Park and do business. I attended the water quality meeting last night. Kudos to everyone that participated and put it together. I listened more as a resident, so I kind of held my thoughts till tonight. But I want to share my opinion. Obviously, the quality of our water is a major concern and something that has to be an ongoing discussion. We can't just let it go because it goes away for a little bit. So obviously, that was the topic of discussion. But I think one of the things that have come out of this process and what happened across the river in Passaic County is the infrastructure that our water goes through. We own most of the pipes underground, but Passaic Valley, which we're a customer of, all of us are a customer of, owns basically everything from their treatment plant that comes into, everything underground to get it to Elmwood Park. And what we learned through the incident in Passaic County is that a pipe burst that was constructed in the late 1800s. And it's something that, something that I think we need to look at in terms of how old is our infrastructure, map that out, and know how old is Passaic Valley's infrastructure, the infrastructure that's getting us the water. We may not feel it every day because it's, even here in New Jersey, it's tough to get by, but we do actually live in one of the wealthiest regions in the world. And we're relying on 130-year-old infrastructure to get clean water to our homes, and that's something that deeply concerns me, and I'm sure that's something that everyone can agree with. So it was a great meeting, but I think our focus on water and the infrastructure that gets our water to Elmwood Park must continue, and I look forward to talking about that at future meetings. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Okay, I will give my report now. Police update. This Sunday, August 24th, our Elmwood Park PD will be having their annual block party and backpack school supply giveaway. Let's celebrate with good food, games, and many giveaways. Location, Elmwood Terrace and 16th Ave, time 12 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. This is a free event for all. Please come and attend and have a great day with us. The next Board of Health meeting is September 8th at 7 p.m. and the next Chamber of Commerce meeting will be held on Tuesday, September 16th at 6:30 p.m. at our local VFW. And last night, as some of my colleagues have mentioned, we had the water quality meeting. The meeting was very, very informative. Representatives from Passaic Valley Water, our licensed water operator, our DPW team were on hand to answer questions that our residents had. Thank you to those who came to the meeting to voice their concerns to us. And I want to thank Chief Feligno and his team for organizing the special meeting. We did really learn a lot. I think we could all agree on that. We have to start a plan, like Councilman Golubach was saying, on the infrastructure. So we kind of know what we have to do now. One good thing about the meeting is I think we all left there, we're all residents here, we all live here, we all bathe in it, we all cook in it, a lot of us drink it. So I think what we learned is the water is safe, okay? It may be a little brown at times and things, but we learned it's not harmful. And there are other precautions that we may take. Some areas in town have have more problems than others. We usually do 2 flushings a year to kind of move the water along. And at one point, we were doing 1, and I remember I wasn't even up here yet, and I came as a resident, and I said, you know what, we used to always have 2. The water seemed cleaner. Can we go back to 2? And they did. So now we have 2 flushings a year for several years again. But maybe in those areas in town that have like more problems than others, I was talking to Chief Foligno today, maybe we could do more flushings in those areas, and it may potentially help a little bit. It's not going to solve the problem. The pipes are old. We know we need new pipes. But it may alleviate some of the brown water that comes into those certain areas. So we heard everybody last night. This council cares about everybody, all our residents, so we will be working on that. We will keep you all updated, and if we need another meeting about it, we will certainly have one. But again, Mike started the meeting with saying, I just want you to know, everything that happens in this community happens to all of us here, whether it's a tax increase, the brown water, or whatever else happens, good or bad, it's happening to all of us. We're all residents here, and some of us are lifelong residents, a lot of us are. So we care, and we want these problems fixed, just as all of you do. So I just wanted you to know all that, if that makes you feel just a little bit better. We truly care, and we all may have different opinions up here, but I can assure you, each member sitting up here truly cares about all of you and our community. Okay, now at this point, we are going to, may I have a motion to open the floor for public comments?
So moved.
Okay. Anyone from the public that wishes to be heard, please come up to our podium, give your name and address. Each member that comes up, each resident that comes up has 10 minutes to speak on whatever subject they may want to speak on. So I ask you to speak directly in the microphone so we can hear you. So if anyone wants to come up at this point, please do so. Come up to the podium, sir.
Hi. I don't have to say who I am, where I live, but it's just something that needs to be brought up to attention of the council. That law is supposed to be the same for everybody. So, for example, what's being done by people putting garbage on Saturday afternoon for pickup from Monday? Why people are getting summonses? Why? Second, just let me finish. Let me go on the same thing. Miller Street. I think is one of the houses there. There was it became like people left it apart. This building. They put up garbage mixed with a commingle, like paper, everything. They put it up on Tuesday for Wednesday pickup. Wednesday was only cardboard pickup. This evening, it was also garbage pickup today. Today, the whole sidewalk is littered with garbage. This is ongoing in town for years. Nothing being done. People put out garbage in the middle of weekend, and sometimes people put because they oversleep and they put up paper or cans, and they sit there for 2 weeks. They don't get summonses. They don't see any stickers saying like, "Hey, you have to do this." They don't care. It's not being done. This is an ongoing issue. Other problem is people cutting grass. They cut grass and throw it into the street. And we know what's happening. It's like Miller Street, all these streets in the area. The rain comes in, washes it down, and goes to storm drains. And we're thinking like, why? If you drive on by the former Twisted Elm, I think the property in the middle was in Markel, whatever. They put the basin, catch basin, is growing with weeds now, multiple feet high. So we're going to see flooding issue in town. The other thing is, I would like to know how people that live along the county property, which is the Garfield Waterworks, they have gates or they even cut chain link fence to access the county park. And what are they doing? Dumping all garden waste into the park. And what do you think now? There's signs about no dumping because I complained to county. Other thing is, people that live along Gilbert, if you go the day before there is a garden waste pickup, most likely you will not see cans with garden waste. They're not there because what do people do? I called them. They walk out to the street and dump it in the county property. This is all along, the whole thing, from the tracks all the way to the school. People that live behind for example, behind the baseball field on Gilbert. You go there are gates, and all the way to the tracks, people have gates or cut the chain link fence. How do these people get the permits to put gates into county property? And actually, I think I noticed something that it was a few months ago, one of the big oak trees was cut down and the Gilbert baseball field. Looks like DPW took the remnants of the tree and then dumped it into the woods when there's a clear sign says, no dumping. People that live on Main Street, the Dead End Street, which is the former Superfund site, their last house, these people from there, they go and dump the garden waste to the track, on the tracks. Why do you think there's now, since last winter, there's a barrier saying no trespassing, enter the tracks? These people go around it. There's piles this high of garden waste on the trade-on tracks. And these people, you could go there, you'd be gone in the weekend, you can see it, because I track these people and I see them, but I have no way to prove it, but it's their garden waste is on the tracks. And the guy has a business at the end of the street. He saw them, he complained to them, and he told them, buzz off. It's not, mind your own business. This is an ongoing issue in town.
Can I
We
ask
pay
you a-
taxes, we pay to the gardening waste to be picked up, but people just don't follow it and don't even use it, they don't care.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When you do see these things, or
I reported
maybe-
this.
do you
I
you
reported
report them?
this.
You call the police department desk?
I called the DPW, everybody, and nothing's being done.
Mike, do you want to add to something with this? He's saying he's calling in and,
I reported this multiple times.
Yeah, sir, can you be specific as to like, you said a lot, and I unfortunately, I didn't write them down. So if you could start over one by one, so then I can get these items addressed for you, that would
It's
be
not for
helpful.
me, it's for the town, for the people
Yes,
here.
yeah, I know, but you're bringing them forth, so I would like
Yes.
to help you, and I would start by you reiterating what you said, so I can write them down, and then I can contact the proper department on your behalf.
So garden waste, it's the garbage, people putting out on the curbs.
Yes, what you have specific,
Saturday afternoon, they're sitting all over the town, you drive and you see it, people putting garbage, and they're sitting there all weekend.
putting it out too early.
On Saturday afternoon,
Okay,
even
I'm-
noon.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
You're saying they're putting it out too early.
Of course, because the ordinance is a night off, pickup.
So I just want to make it clear, you're 100% right if that's occurring. That is an ordinance and it is a violation. Unfortunately, we don't have staff that can go around and locate those things. So what we do is,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but somehow staff was diligent enough to harass me on a long weekend when I was working on my car. I put my car on the jack stands. They came out my door knocking like, why is the car on jack stands?
So let me-
Somehow did they have time to do that? But in the garbage is in the street, sitting there for 3 days, that's okay.
so what happened is, one of your neighbors probably called, right? That's what we rely on, right? So if you as a resident see a violation, and we see things, but we don't see everything. So if you as a resident see a specific violation, call and we will address it. That's probably what happened to you. I don't think an officer or whoever came to your house just saw your vehicle on a jack stand and decided to take action against it.
I know, there's someone called, yeah.
Yeah,
that's for sure,
so
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting at. But anyway, okay, so garbage is going out early. What locations for
Spidell?
Spidell Ave?
Yeah, it's everywhere, like either Spidell.
I understand it's
Yeah, yeah.
everywhere.
I mean,
I
it's
just want to
everywhere.
get an idea of, do you have a specific complaint that we could focus in on now? And then we'll come up with,
this is ongoing, like, it's everywhere. They give you
Got
go
it.
on the weekends, and people have like they do sales or moving out and just put the garbage on Saturday because
Put it
someone's
out.
moving out. Like, come on.
You're right, I
The
see it
property
too.
owner should be, supposed to be in charge. Like this happened with this house on the Miller that someone moved out suddenly, and they put everything. Now it's like animals in the sidewalk, like picking up the garbage.
Miller and Spidell, you said?
No, this house is on Miller.
Between, you know exactly like kind of
Oh,
where?
I can tell you that because I took a picture, because I was on a training ride, and I took a picture of that property, so I can tell you the address.
Chief, he can always email you,
Yes, he can.
correct? You can always email the chief too with all this information.
58,
58?
Miller.
Okay.
And then next house, next over, you can see grass all over the street because like some of the mower and they just with blower and just blowing to the street. I mean, this is happening all the time, I will say. I mean, it's not only about this majority time. People just go in there, take their leaf blower and blow into the street. And then they've been thinking that is going to the storm drain, and a big storm comes in and everything's clogged. And now DPW has to go in there, and like I actually personally go in when it's raining hard. I go to the storm drains, actually pick with my hands all the leaves because they're clogging and it's just not flowing.
And that's also on Miller.
Oh, that's Elm, Miller, Phillip, I mean, everywhere. It's one thing is very often, you see how many people we have here? We have a lot more residents in town. A lot of people that come here, they maybe live here, but other people rent, they don't care. That is a problem. Everywhere, in all the municipalities, people rent and they don't care what's happening in town. Because like, I pay for rent, I don't care. I don't pay taxes here.
Well, the only way is if you take pictures like you did, right? And you give an address or a street location and email it to the chief, and he will get his officers to go to that property.
I can tell you, like 5 years ago, I took pictures of the house on the corner of Miller and Spidell. That was impossible. It was not passable because of snow and ice. I sent out to DPW. I sent to administration, like, hey, there's a picture. Look at this ice and snow. You can even walk through. For
Please
days, it was nothing done.
Please send them to Chief Foligno, and I'm sure it will get resolved.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then the stuff about the Elmwood. There's the Garfield Waterworks at the county park.
So you said you reported it to them. What did they say?
To who?
You said you reported it to the county.
Oh, that's what the signs are now. Like years ago, I actually met the guy. It was years ago that he was on that weekend going through the Gilbert Park, like the area between the houses and the baseball field. He was walking there and picking up the garbage. And I spoke to him like, hey, you need to see what's going on. It's like, yeah, this is pretty sad. And it's like, see the people? And it's like, yeah, I see the gates. It's like, yeah, how did they have the gates? He was like, he's like, I don't know. I'm from county. This is a town. How did they permit that? And if you go there now, you see the people have, from the fall, you see piles of branches and everything. Like, everyone falls on their property. They just open the gate and walk into the area and just dump it. And if you go from the Mola Boulevard towards the 54th Street, you have to walk there, not drive the car. Just about to have a stroll to the path. And look at those properties. People have gates set up. People have actually cut the chain link fence so I can actually pull it and walk into the county park, and they're just dumping. They made like private entrances. I'm not sure how even they got permits to do that. That's a county property. I know that for years this was a disputed area between the county and Elmwood Park, and it was a very great effort to put that walkway. But it's just, how about all the people have to do public, like some instances they have to do the public service, like do the community work. Get these people there and clean it all up.
We hear your concerns.
Yeah.
Chief Foligno is on it.
But the one thing is really annoying is the people that live on Main.
On Main?
On Main, towards the tracks.
Okay.
There's a big sign, no trespassing, and this person, the last house, because I have this evergreens by the entrance, and it was early this spring. I also I see it was maybe somewhere like over the winter fall. I was passing by and I see all this was trimmed, and it's like, well, it's clearly trimmed. Let's take a look at the tracks. All there.
Okay,
There are
well,
piles of it.
We heard your concerns.
Yep.
It's been 10 minutes. Chief Foligno will look into this. You get his email. He has a card with his email on it. You can email him directly, and I'm sure some of these problems will be.
But the final
taken care
thing,
of.
we're talking about another municipality of the law. How come police cars, the municipality vehicles don't follow state law? They have expired inspection stickers. And it's some of your council member also don't follow the law. If you think you put the gold shield in your windshield that you exempt from a state for following the state federal law to have car inspected, shame on you. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else wish to address the council? Come on up, sir. Can you please give us your name and address?
Leonard Crichon, 67 Birchwood Drive. I'm sure you all know the address by now. The
Yep.
Park Police must know it by heart. The question is, what's going on? She continues to have these parties. I know for a fact that she is gone. She moved all her clothes out. She had cars there. Everything came out of the house except furniture. Okay? The only time I see her is probably for a half hour. She throws shock in the pool, turns the filter on, and leaves. Okay? What is going on? Is this person going to have a court date? Is this person going to court? Because even when the police come there, those people that are in the backyard even admit and said, yes, we rented the pool. Okay? Now, it's against the borough ordinance. Do I stand corrected? Okay?
And I know you were here, I believe, were you here last meeting, correct?
Yes.
I remember you.
Okay?
Yes. What's the address again?
63 Birchwood is the one that she is. No one is there. Last month was just,
I know you've been having a very difficult time.
the thing is, okay, Lorraine, I've lived here, I know your husband a long time,
Yes,
even
you
though,
do.
but I play by the rules. This person does not. I pay my taxes. This person, I know for a fact, is a year in back taxes already. Okay? She just laughs in her face, and the people that rent her house, I see they're all New York plates. They come to me and they're like, hi, bye, because they know they're going to get away with it. Okay?
Can you after the meeting, give me your phone number and all again?
Sure,
And
sure.
we'll look into certain
Okay.
things and we'll get back to you, I
So
promise.
let me just
Okay.
interject, Council President. This is
Sure.
a police investigation, and we have a case that we are working on with the borough prosecutor, with the building department and the police department. I would just let it run its course right now. I don't want to speak about this publicly. It is being handled. Multiple summonses have been issued, and we are working hand in hand with the borough prosecutor on this case. We cannot expedite the calendar. It is on the calendar. It's in the courts. We understand that they're thumbing their nose in our face, but this will come to court. There's $2,500 fines associated with these tickets. It just has to run its course. I ask everyone to be a little bit more patient with this, please.
Thank you, Chief, for clarifying that for us.
I'm trying to be patient, okay? I understand, Michael, and I understand you do a good job in this town, and I respect that. But she has no respect for anyone, okay? It's the weirdest thing because she has a trucking company. It's not even an address on it. She has some kind of leasing business in Florida. You look up the address, it's an empty lot. Is this like a scammer or what? I have no idea what she does or what's going on. The garbage piles up. I even have video of family of skunks in the driveway. My dog goes crazy. I can't let my dog out because I'm afraid it's going to get sprayed.
I know you've been very patient, but like the chief said, they're working
Okay.
on it.
Council
as-
President, if I can interject, I
Sure.
appreciate your concerns, but as it's a pending legal matter, I would advise the council not to go back and forth.
Okay, we
with
can't talk
Okay,
about it anymore.
okay. I understand, I get it, okay? And there's just one more thing I want to bring up to the council, and maybe you should put some ordinances. We all know what next year is, don't we? What's next year in the summer? World Cup. Okay? There's going to be people renting houses, especially if she's still there. And she's going to stick her nose in your face. So I think you should get together and try to come up with some kind of ordinance or something. Rent is one thing, renting a house for a couple days, but not for a weekend that people want to go to the soccer match and then leave. Okay? So that's one thing to,
Sir, we have an ordinance on the books that restricts rentals less than 29 or 30 days or something like that.
okay,
Already on the books, I believe.
okay. With all due respect, Councilman,
I'm just saying, it came up.
Okay.
Airbnb was a problem in Elma Park.
this
And
person could care less.
Right.
Okay? She's going to rent it, okay? And we'll talk about it after the meeting, though, in the back, okay? I appreciate all your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to address? Come on up. Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
Sorry, I'm a little short.
That's okay. Just give your name and address, please.
Hi, good evening. My name is Andrea Ray. I live 157 Kip Ave. I am a volunteer coach for Elma Park softball for 4 years now, and I'm a former player. When I'm here to speak on behalf of softball, by the way, and our girls. Our field is a place where girls go and grow confidence, make friends, and have fun. It's not just a field, it's a place where they can be themselves. When I step onto our field, I don't just see the dirt and grass and the little bumps on it. It's where I learn to believe in myself because I used to live in Garfield and I spent my whole time on the bench. Elma Park gave me coaches that believed in me and I was able to grow. And then I even went to high school and I played varsity and I did all of that. And now I'm going to college and playing softball. All because softball believed in me and the EP believed in me. I don't think we should ever take away that field. That's something that I don't want to take away that opportunity for those girls. They can grow. If you look in the crowd, there's some girls here to represent on behalf. We have around 150 girls playing last season. We are expecting to have around 175. And including coaches, there's about 200 members in the program. So there's a lot of people from the town in this program. If that doesn't show the love of the sport for the girls, I really don't know what will, because they could just be playing their little games, but they decide to show up for the sport and program. The amount of times we had to reschedule most of our games due to weather conditions, having little puddles in home plate, first base, having the bumps where the girls have to go chase the ball because there's a little bump going from the infield to the outfield. It's just not what we want for the girls. We want a little turf field, the same one similar to baseball, so we can have them safe and clean place to play. That's all we ask.
Well, you spoke very eloquently.
Thank you.
And we're very impressed that so many of you came out tonight. I can assure you again that everyone on this panel cares, and we want the best for the boys and the girls. We're in the process of getting more information from our engineers with new pricing on different items. So we're going to have another meeting in September with our engineer, and we will know more about what we can do and what we're going to do. But we're definitely going to do something to address the situation. We hear all of you. There's nothing on the agenda about the softball this evening, but we're working on it. It's a work in progress, and we're waiting for some new numbers from our engineer. So hopefully in September, we will have some answers for you, but we hear you all, and we're very thankful. I know everybody lives a busy life, that you all came out to support each other, to support the girls. It's very important to us. And lastly, again, come back in September. We will probably have some answers for you at that point.
Okay.
And I just want you to know that I want the residents to really know this. Sometimes you hear us disagree up here for different reasons. We truly, truly all care about all the athletes, okay? So we're working on something for everybody, and we'll let you know more when we get to that point. But we hear you, and I really thank you for coming tonight.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
If I may.
Councilman Sampson?
I just want to say that that young lady, you opened your comments by saying you wanted to make sure that field didn't go away. That field is not going away. As Council President indicated, we have some options to consider, we have some decisions to make, but the field is not going away. What we do with the field is still out, up in the air, but stay tuned.
Anybody else wish to address the council? Please come up. You just please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kenny Delgado. I live in 33 Lincoln Avenue. Actually, my daughter and I wrote a little speech regarding the same, about the softball field. So I'll start with mine, and I'll encourage my daughter to come up here in a minute.
Very good.
So good evening, council members and distinguished guests. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. Once again, my name is Kenny Delgado, and I'm here to talk about something that will not only benefit our athletes, but also strengthen the entire Elmwood Park community, hopefully the construction of a new softball field. As many as you know, our current softball field is outdated and struggles to keep up with our growing demand for safe and reliable playing surfaces. When it rains, games are canceled, practices are delayed, and our athletes lose valuable opportunities to compete and develop their skills. The uneven conditions increase the risk of injuries, and frankly speaking, it doesn't reflect the level of excellence our town strives for. Yes, our turf fields requires upfront investment, but it saves money long term. Turf needs less maintenance, no watering, fewer repairs, and it can last up to 10 years with no repairs. The return on investment comes in the form of reduced upkeep costs and increased community use. And last but not least, I'm speaking to you today to take this important step for Elmwood Park. Let's give our athletes and our families and our town something to be proud of, and instead of an art turf field, hopefully. It's more than a field, it is an investment for our youth, our community, and our future. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Anyone else wish to come up and speak? Come on up. Please state your name and address for the record.
Yep. Joseph Oswald, 34 Phillip Ave. I just wanted to come up and say thank you for the meeting yesterday on the water quality. Myself, being a resident here and having the questions be able to be answered, and especially Chief and Borough Administrator, you guys were very concise with that information, so I just wanted to say thank you for putting that meeting together. I do hope that some action comes from it, and the Passaic Valley respects us as a customer and a client, and we'll address that. I was out walking tonight, and I just wanted to bring up a couple of things that I thought might be helpful, specifically for the Borough Administrator, the Chief, since you were so helpful in securing a sign to put up to direct people to where the VFW is. Some people that live on dead-end streets around myself, specifically Miller Ave, that goes right towards where theoretically you could get onto River Drive. It's a dead end. They oftentimes have said to me that they've got kids playing out there and people don't see the signs that say it's a dead end. They think it's a cut through to River Drive. And they had asked if there was any way to make dead ends like that, maybe even across the rest of the town, to have a more visible sign that clearly states that there's no through traffic, or that it's not, people see a dead end, or maybe they just ignore it. Maybe the sign is too high or too low, I'm not sure. But they're always saying, like they're really vigilant when the kids are playing in the street because they think it's a cut through and they speed down it. So that's really the only thing I wanted to bring up, and just to say thank you guys for putting together that thing yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was helpful to a lot of people, so keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank Joe. We will, I'll have the DPW evaluate along with the traffic division where we can freshen up some of our dead end signs and no cut through signs and all that. So we'll take care of it.
Does anyone else wish to address the council? Please state your name and address for the record.
Linda Zach, 223 Roosevelt. I want to thank Councilman Basolo and anyone that helped getting that certificate for Richie. He got it there within hours that he passed. He was buried today.
Anyone else wish to address the council? Come on up. You have a trio. Hi, ladies. Just give your name and address for the record. Oh, hit the red button. Hit the button. Yep.
Hi, my name's Alexandra Ray. I live on 175 Kip Avenue. Good afternoon. We are some girls from this town. We play softball. We like to have a nice field because it's a little bumpy, outdated. It's not that good. We like to have a nice field like one of the boys, because they have a turf. Nice. They can play on it even if it's raining. For us, we have it updated. It's puddles and always delaying the game. We would like if you guys can just consider maybe earlier to have us with a baseball field. Please and thank you.
You're very welcome. We are considering everything. We didn't forget about you. Don't worry, okay? Good job. Anybody else wish to address the council at this time? No one? Going once? Going, all right, come on up. Please just give your name and address.
Another Musmed Ray, 157 Keep. The whole family's here.
Okay.
We have the.
Is it, talk in the microphone, yeah.
We have the. We live in Keep. Right next to, in front of our house is the storage and all the factories there. Long ago, they used to have these signs where the cars, they weren't allowed to park, when, especially when they go to the pre-K in Garfield and drop off and pick up kids. So the 18-wheelers, they will have a space to go in and go out. Lately, those signs, they being knocked out. They are all on the floor, so people park there really often. And when there's the time, in the morning or afternoon, it's a lot of traffic there. It's a lot of beeping, people mad, people, late. So I don't know if we can do something to put those signs back there. Something that maybe you guys can check. There is a couple already still there, but they are so faded and old that you can barely see them. So you guys can take a look on that, I will really appreciate it. And also here for the softball, please keep in mind that we love softball.
We will look into the signs and we're working on the softball.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming
Have a
up.
great night.
All right, anyone else? Okay. I just want to thank you. Oh, coming up, come on.
Good evening, council members. I stand upon you tonight to share what a new softball field for the community means for me. My name is Ellen Delgado, and I've been a softball player with the Elmwood Park Girls Softball League for approximately 2 years now. When I think about the possibility of having a new softball field in our town, I get very excited, not just for myself, but for every player who dreams of having a brand new space to grow, compete, and belong. Right now, we make best of what we have. But a new field would mean so much more. It would be a place we can take pride in, where our teams can truly train, improve, and host games that bring the whole community together. It will show us, as young athletes, that our town leaders believe in us, in our effort, in our goals, and in the positive impact that sports can have in our lives. Thank you for considering our request, and hoping very soon we'll be standing on the new field, ready to play the game we all love. Thank you.
You're a very good speaker. Very good speaker. Okay, I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight, voicing your concerns. We love when we have people come and speak with us, so everybody have a safe night, and again, thank you for coming. At this time, I'd like to close the public portion. I have a, no, we're not, we're closing the public portion, and may I have a motion to adjourn. There's no executive tonight.
So move.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you again for coming.
Eric, when the council's 3-3 and you're up for council president, you're going to vote for yourself.